Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Latowski. Thank you so much for joining me today on this very hot day in Phoenix. We are talking about treatment for men today, the Gentleman's Guide to Cosmetic Enhancements, Part 2, Energy-Based Treatments. We just have so many options for men these days, and it was too much to do it all in one session. So we're doing it over 2 sessions. Here is last month's webinar. Thank you everyone so much for joining. We talked about injectables, we talked about neuromodulator, and today we are going to talk about energy-based devices. By the way, our previous webinars are available on our YouTube channel. So what are energy-based treatments? So when we say energy-based, kind of the old-fashioned way of saying this, we used to say laser treatments. And these days we have so many more options that are not lasers. So you're going to hear about those today. But we are talking about non-invasive or minimally invasive procedures that use different forms of energy to enhance or rejuvenate the skin, body. We're trying to help texture, we're trying to help wrinkles, we're trying to tighten pores, and most importantly, we're trying to slow down the aging process without the need for surgery. So we're going to be discussing the things that we think are most useful and the things, therefore, that are available in our practice and listed here. So let's start with this treatment called Agnes. So Agnes is radio frequency with microneedling, and it is a really amazing cutting edge technology. It's extremely precise. So with RF, sometimes people come in and they are worried about melting their fat, and we don't really worry about that with the Agnes, except if we want to melt the fat. So Agnes is great because we use it for double chin area, jowl area. We slim the face with it, so we define the jawline with it, and we melt fat when we are trying to. So we do it on purpose, and then we tighten skin. We use the same device, different setting, we tighten the skin. This has been extremely popular in men to help with loose skin here, turkey neck, skin laxity, whatever you want to call it. Any fat deposits here, we melt the fat and tighten the skin at the same time. So sometimes when we use something like Kybella or Cool Sculpting, we get rid of the fat, but we're left with some skin laxity. This prevents that issue because we're tightening at the same time. Let's see. This device uses insulated microneedles, and that's important for safety and also for the preciseness. It has a very fast recovery time. Usually patients are swollen for about 4 days, and they may have bruising. A lot of times my men won't bruise because the skin is thicker than female skin. But there is chance of bruising, and that can last for 1 to 2 weeks. So again, we're treating not only the neck area, but we're treating crepey skin on the lower eyelids. We're treating droopy skin on the upper eyelids. We're treating the eye bags, double chin, droopy jawline, and jowls and loose skin of the neck. And all these areas have been extremely popular with men. And we will see results as early as 2 weeks. The full result takes about 6 months to see, but even when patients come back at a 2-week mark, we are seeing noticeable skin tightening. This device does not hurt when I inject lidocaine underneath the skin. So it would be pretty spicy if we did this without any local anesthesia. But what we do is inject like just some lidocaine in the area we're treating, and then you literally can't feel anything during that time. Usually I'm having a really great conversation with my patients as I'm doing the treatment because they're completely comfortable. And then the downtime we talked about. So here's an example. You can see this is a non-surgical result, but it's a significant result. Look at his jawline and how his jawline is more defined on the right. Look at the surface area of this little collection of skin underneath the chin. You can see that it's tighter, it's smaller, it has decreased in volume. Oops, excuse me. Here's another gentleman. You can see defined jawline and less of the skin underneath the neck. And you can see he just looks more masculine in this picture because we have shaped his face. Here's an example of the eyes. So we have softened the creases. We have tightened this upper eyelid. We have helped with the crepey skin underneath the eye. So this treatment around the eyes is really, really impactful. I've had patients come back and they look like they've had their eyes done surgically, and it's just the device. But one thing you should know about doing the eyes is that there is a risk of black eyes when we do this, and that can last for 2 weeks. So you really want to think about if you're willing to risk the downtime for this. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about our next device. So we are talking about a laser this time. So we're talking about a laser called the V-beam Perfecta. V-beam uses a pulse dye technology to treat redness. That's the bottom line. So oftentimes we treat scars. These scars can be acne scars. They can be surgical scars, including scars from Mohs surgery, or just traumatic scars. Someone ran into a cupboard, someone ran into a tree. We can use this laser to treat these scars, to normalize the collagen and to normalize the skin color. We can treat these little tiny red dots called cherry angiomas on the skin. These cherry angiomas are not harmful, but it really improves our quality of life, at least for some of us, when we treat these little red dots. And it treats broken capillaries, especially around the nose or on the cheeks. You can treat those. You can treat the background redness. You can also treat certain birthmarks called port wine stains. So red birthmarks that babies have. We've treated those before. And of course, rosacea, which is redness and flushing of the face. This fabulous technology. Also, one thing that's not listed here, this is a wonderful technology to help with wound healing. So if someone does get an injury, one of the first things I do is use this laser to help accelerate the healing and help the healing go down a more normal and better path. In other words, if we do an early intervention with this laser, I can alter the course of the scar. I can make the scar heal better, and I can make the healing time less. And that's been proven. It's been proven decades ago with clinical trials. But also, we see this every day every day with our patients. We're helping their scars. So it's very common. I'm seeing patients after a breast lift. I know that's not typically a manly procedure, but patients after a laparoscopic procedure, patients, again, after Mohs surgery on their face. We're using this laser to help the cosmetic effect of the healing. So how does this work? Well, it's delivering a very narrow wavelength of light at 595 nanometers. And so that passes through the top 2 layers of the skin, and it's absorbed by the blood and the blood vessels. And the rest of the tissue remains unharmed. And so the heat causes these blood vessels to shrink or to clamp down and go away. In addition, the heat diffuses to the collagen and stimulates the collagen, which is what results in the better wound healing and the natural glow that people get after the treatment. We have cooling on the laser, which enhances the safety greatly. What's great about the V-beam is that there's just not a lot of restrictions. There tends to be no downtime after the treatment. I don't give you any restrictions before or after, except to say, please don't come in tan. Kind of the downside of the treatment is that it takes multiple treatments. With the previous technology I just mentioned, the Agnes, usually I'm doing 1 or 2 treatments, and then we talk about maintenance going forward. With the V-beam, I usually am doing 3 to 6 treatments, depending on what I'm treating. If I'm treating pretty bad scarring, it might be more than 6 sessions, but we play it by ear and we can evaluate as we go. So here are some of our patients. We took this one on one of my patients right after treatment. It's such a gratifying procedure because those little broken capillaries go away immediately. And it's just fabulous for toning down the redness. I'm going to move on to the next laser. So this laser is called Fraxel. And if you've watched these webinars before, you may have heard me mention it before. Fraxel is an absolutely incredible collagen stimulating laser. So there, in my opinion, there's no other laser that stimulates the collagen as much as Fraxel. What does that mean? It means that your skin is going to be tighter, your skin is going to have less fine lines, the texture is going to improve, you're going to have an amazing glow, and you are going to have smaller pores. So this laser, we have what's called the Fraxel Dual. It's 2 lasers in one, and we can customize it based upon our patient's needs. So the one laser is the 1550 nanometer laser. The other one is the 1927 nanometer laser. And both of these have different functions. So the 1550 goes deeper into the skin. It's really amazing for scars. In fact, for scars that are, the issue is less redness and the scar is indented, this has become the gold standard in scar care. So it's really great for indented acne scars, indented surgical scars, indented traumatic scars, indented birthmarks, etc. And I treat a lot of patients who have these issues. It's very, very safe. It's minimally invasive. I was talking about the 1550 nanometer. So the other laser wavelength is the 1927 nanometer laser. The 1927 is more superficial, but it's extremely valuable for texture and brown spots. It will get rid of brown spots. It will help the texture, and it will also help to remove precancers. So I do this treatment for a lot of men to treat their precancerous spots. And it's really been a game changer in that regard, because although insurance doesn't cover it, and there's lots of precancerous treatments that insurance does cover, we also get amazing cosmetic results. So it's a great 2-in-1 procedure. Here's how it works. So the light from the laser goes into the skin, and it's very, very powerful. So what the inventors of the laser did is they made it pixelated. So if you see from the cartoon, not 100% of the skin is treated at any one time. It's going down in little columns. The heat is going down in little columns. And so the untreated skin, the skin between the columns, is where the healing cells come from. So there's just a short little migration of the healing cells into the columns, and that allows us to treat very deep in the skin, very aggressive in the skin in terms of heat. But we are still extremely safe because these little healing cells are right there ready to jump in and heal the skin. So as mentioned, it treats acne scars, fine lines, wrinkles, sun damage, precancers, brown spots, hyperpigmentation. It can help with melasma, and especially texture. This is very preventative for anti-aging. So does it hurt? It is very hot, but we have a very regimented numbing process. I almost want to patent this numbing process because it works so well. And patients come in and the laser is very tolerable. It's not something you want to do all day long, but it goes quickly. You can tolerate it. Usually patients are saying, oh, I thought that would be worse. And then afterwards, it feels like a sunburn for a few hours, and then you start your healing process. I usually recommend for either precancerous or anti-aging treatments, one treatment a year. If we're doing scarring, it's going to be more of a series, more like 3 to 6 treatments, and we can spot treat. So in other words, if someone just has acne scars in one area on the cheek, we can just treat that area. We don't have to do the full face. There's about 1 week of downtime, and that consists of 3 days of red and brown, sort of bronzish discoloration, and then another 3 to 4 days of peeling after that reddish bronze discoloration. So that equates to about 1 week. You don't look scary, but you do look like you've had a laser done. Here's a gentleman that I treated. He has brown spots, sun damage, and look at his cheek. Look at those little red blotches on the left side. Those are precancers. And you can see after 1 treatment, those precancers are gone. And he also has lightening of his sun damage. His skin just is glowing. It looks more youthful. His pores look better. It's just one of these wow treatments. And this is after 1 treatment. And if you choose to maintain it and do it every year, patients get happier and happier because the results just build on each other. Again, a gentleman who came in for the precancerous spots and we treated him. We had amazing success with his precancers. Pictures can't even do this justice, but if you can see on the picture on the left, all the blotchy redness on the upper forehead, those are all precancers. And look on the right, the skin is now baby smooth and we don't have those precancers there. Along his cheekbone, he had precancers. Those brownish red spots are also precancers. And then look at his sideburn area, more precancers. Probably mixed in there were a few sunspots, but again, our main goal was to make his skin healthier. And by the way, this is not only treating what he has, this is taking away sun damaged skin. So it also helps to prevent. Finally, our last actually, I think we have 2 more. So second to last technology we'll talk about today is called the SoftWave. SoftWave uses ultrasound and it uses focused ultrasound. So it skips the top layer of the skin and it goes to the middle layer where the collagen and the elastin live. And those are the things that are responsible for skin quality and the thickness of the skin. So this is completely non-invasive, but because this is targeted, it goes right to where the energy goes right to where we need it to go. And it rejuvenates the collagen, rejuvenates the elastin. And because of the heat generated in the process, we also get lifting of the skin. So that heat drifts down to the bottom layer of the skin where everything's kind of connected and it tightens and it pulls, and that results in lifting. So again, the science is that the ultrasound goes in at a depth of 1.5 millimeters, which seems to be kind of a sweet spot for treating wrinkles. And there's also thermal treatment zones here, so that helps the treatment to be extremely, extremely safe. So as I mentioned, no invasiveness, so there's no downtime whatsoever, and there's also no sun restrictions. So this is one of the only things we can tell you. We don't care how much sun you're getting. So you could be going to the Caribbean later that day and it really wouldn't matter. And that makes it a really nice treatment to do during the summer. You can see immediate results. So you walk out looking better than when you walk in. no redness, no downtime whatsoever. And the results build for 6 months. And really, anytime we're talking about collagen, I'm going to be saying 6 months. So for all the treatments so far, except the V-beam, I've mentioned 6 months for the ideal results. And we can use it on the face, we can use it on the neck, and we can piecemeal. In other words, we can just do the brows to lift, we could just do the cheeks to lift the jowls, we could just do the neck if you wanted to, or we could do everything. So here are some examples. Look at this patient's asymmetry. Her right brow, or the brow on our right side, her left brow is higher than the other one, the one on the right. Now look after she's had the soft wave, look how that brow has come up. We were trying to get her symmetrical here. So we were lifting that brow with the soft wave, and you can see her symmetry is just so much better in the after photo. Here we have some cheek lifting. So we lifted his cheek. He has less jowls, and skin quality is better after treatment. So look, if you look towards his crease here on the before picture, see how it's getting heavy in that area and that crease is deep? Then look at that area, that mid-cheek area in the after picture. It's less heavy and that skin has lifted back up to where it used to be, which is in the upper cheek. Finally, we're going to talk about intense pulse light. So IPL is actually not a laser, although it looks and acts like a laser. It's broadband light. So that gives us a few more options than a laser. And it's completely non-invasive. And we use it to target brown spots and redness. And as a side effect, when the heat goes into the skin, it's actually a good side effect that heat results in collagen remodeling as well. Not as much as some of the other things we've talked about, but it's just kind of a nice bonus. So during this treatment, light from the laser is absorbed by pigment in the cells, and then the pigment's absorbed by the body, and we can customize it, and we can treat all over the body. We can treat face, neck, chest, arms, forearms, etc. So why would you choose this? You would choose this because of brown spots. So it eliminates sun damage. It can help with redness, so like rosacea. Although if somebody just had rosacea, I would use the previous laser discussed, the V-beam laser. But if someone had both brown and red they wanted to get rid of, I would choose this device. This helps with acne itself, red pimples, and the collagen growth will help prevent premature aging, just like every single treatment talked about today. Discomfort-wise, it's very straightforward. We do numb you in the office with numbing cream, but again, we have our system down. The treatment itself goes very fast for a face. I can treat a face in about 7 minutes, and it just goes very fast, very easy, as long as you do the numbing. The first time you do this treatment, there absolutely could be some downtime. The dark spots turn a little bit darker. That can last for a week, and then they flake off. If you choose to maintain with this treatment, after you do that first treatment or two, you really don't notice any downtime with the treatment, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit of redness, maybe a little bit of swelling, but none of your friends, not even your significant other, will be able to tell that you've had anything done. And at that point, you're proactively keeping these brown spots away. So this gentleman, we see all the blotches on his skin. And 1 month after just one treatment, we can see these are significantly improved. If he had more treatments, he would have more results. And again, you can see a little bit less noticeable brown spots in this patient, but he still wanted improvement. We lightened them. We helped his skin tone. He's very pleased. And so let's talk about combination treatment. So how can you get the best result? Well, we can combine these treatments So we can get you the best result based on your goals, your anatomy, previous sun damage, and current sun exposure. And so really, I would encourage you to come into the office to talk to us about what you want. And we have these tools here and we can combine them. And the great thing about our toolbox at our office is that all these treatments we 100% believe in. They will be effective. And when we use more than one, we can really, really get great and safe results. So a couple examples of combo treatments. This patient had a lift with soft wave. So you can see on the left side, he had a little bit of scarring on his cheeks and his skin was just a little bit dull. He wanted to improve his pore size. On the right, we've lifted his cheeks. Acne scars are better. His skin just looks better. It just looks healthier. He's also had some filler to lift his cheeks too. So he was very, very happy after one treatment with soft wave and filler. So let's talk about your promos today. Here we go. So we have specifically with the Agnes device. So that is the first thing I talked about. That's the RF where we choose an area to treat and we really target that area. So the most common area for us to treat is this lower face, including the jowls. So jowls, which are here, and then tightening the lower face to help with not only help with the jowls, but strengthen the jawline. So normally the cost for that area is $2,000. Our promo for today is $1,800, which is a $200 savings. And if you feel like your jowls need a lot of work, we can give you a promo of 3 of those for $4,500. That would result in a really beautiful improvement for this area of the face. So that's the lower face. Now, if your target is the eyelids around here, we are going to give you this treatment for $1,300. So that includes the eye bags and skin tightening. So we reduce the eye bags and not eliminate them completely, but reduce the puffiness and tighten that area for $1,300. And then a series of 3 would be $3,200, which is an $800 savings. Each treatment will tighten by about 30%. It's kind of a rough estimate. That's just my number. It's not based on any studies, but it's based on treating many patients. So maybe that would help you to decide. And again, the benefit of this is it's very easy for you and very, very safe. So we're improving your skin laxity, meaning the saggy skin, we're improving the texture, and we're stimulating your collagen. And you get this wonderful aftercare kit included. So going to the Fraxel, we are going to offer that to you for $1,200. That's a $300 savings, and you're going to get this complimentary post-care kit. So for this, we're going to help the precancers, we're going to help the brown spots, we're going to help the pore size, we are going to slow down aging because of all of the collagen produced, and it's going to be an all-over glow of your face. For the soft wave, this is one where you can do in the middle of the summer. Who cares how much sun you're getting? Well, we care as dermatologists, but from a treatment perspective, you don't have to limit your sun. This is going to lift your skin. It's going to improve your skin, the texture, and the pore size. We are offering you a brow lift, the soft wave brow lift for $1,600 and 20 units of Botox to help to lift the side of your eyes. So between the brow lift here and the Botox here, you will get a wonderful brow lift. And so you are saving $300 for that. In addition, you're getting this skincare product, this eye cream, and it's our number one most favorite eye cream right now. Slows down the aging around the eyes, it slows down the crepey formation around the eyes. So you also get that included. So you're saving over $300 with this package. So here is how you are going to schedule. You're going to call, text, or email us. And here's the number, call or text. Please email. You have until Sunday night to like Sunday end of day to commit to these packages. They will no longer be valid on Monday. And also, thank you so much for attending. I know it's Friday and you're busy and traveling, etc. So we have two raffles for you. First raffle is this mini skin Medica kit. And this is basically a travel kit. So you can toss this in your suitcase when you're traveling this summer. And then the second raffle is 60 units of complimentary Botox. So for most people, that can treat frown lines, forehead, crow's feet, but we'll individualize it to you. So thank you so much for attending today. And we really appreciate your time and really hoping to see you in the office and hopefully do some of these treatments for you. Thank you, everyone.